all almost 8 billion of us now want on the planet is happiness. And our brains are wired in ways that apparently interfere with our ability to be happy. So none of us are really as happy as we'd like to be. Why is that? One is our brains are hardwired to have a negativity bias. We tend to remember the negative and forget the positive. There's examples of that all around us. Go ahead. I think you're
I was
about
gonna say, isn't that like a survival instinct, you think, from way back when?
Well, no, I think it is. I think that the negativity bias is one, and the other one is we're very distracted by the past and future, and happiness lives in the present moment. And I think that obsession with the future and the past and the negativity bias are hardwired for a survival benefit. So we go back 100,000 years, and early Homo sapiens is keeping the fire going in their cave with their family.
Yeah.
And they had to be worried that there could be a saber-toothed tiger lurking outside the mouth of the cave. And they were exposed to constant threats and dangers. And so if they were wary, if they were kind of focusing on the negative and catastrophizing, what's the worst thing that might happen? They tended to live longer. They had more offspring. And so the genes that code for these personality traits, if you will, became more prevalent in the population. Simple as that. So this negativity bias, this obsession with the past and the future. So if you're going to, if you're really under constant threat, you want to focus on your past because you want to make sure that you learn from your mistakes and you don't continue to repeat the same errors. And you also have to be focused on the future for the reasons that I just described. And so it's, a little bit hard just to sort of relax and be mindful of the present moment when there might be a predator that is about to attack you and your family. So I do think those attributes of this negativity bias and this obsession with the past and the future are hardwired into our brains, but they're no longer really adaptive in most cases. I mean, we do want to think about the past because we still want to learn from our mistakes and we want to savor positive memories. We want to focus on the future to the extent that we're prepared to put food on the table and we can plan for wonderful events and so on. So in those cases, the thinking about the past and the future are adaptive. But beyond that, they're really maladaptive. And when you combine this with our negativity bias, take the obsession with the past, we tend to ruminate over the past. And with our negativity bias, this generates a lot of regret and shame and things like the imposter syndrome. And then with regard to the future, we overthink the future. And with our negativity bias, we generate a lot of fear and anxiety. And that negativity that really contributes to depression and then fear and anxiety with regard to the future. These are, the major problems that confront our mental health today. So the good news is our brains, though they be hardwired in these ways that are maladaptive most of the time, we have this amazing quality called neuroplasticity. So we could actually change the way we think. So the GAIN practice is really geared toward changing the way we think so that we think in a more adaptive, positive, present manner, and we can be happier.